أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه wasallam. So inshallah, continuing on with the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we left last week, we pretty much covered the marriage of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu anha. But actually I was going through my books and this is an interesting book. It is written by the teacher of Sheikh Hisham Kabani, and actually it has some interesting details that we need to know. And so for that reason we like to go back a little bit and cover some of the more aspects in more details with respect to the trip to Sham of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his marriage, because the way they titled this chapter is the name of the title is Early Historical Events that Shaped the Islamic Community. It's very important. And the other thing is, we all know Surah Ad-Duha, right? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. So there are ayats in the surah that are referring to this trip and this whole marriage and the whole setup of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam before the wedding, actually, and the author talks about it. So let's just go over it. It is related that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 25 years old when he married Khadija radiallahu anha, who was 40 years and some months at the time. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had the descendants, obviously, and except for his son Ibrahim, who was from Maria Qubtiya, that's another wife later. All of them were born of Khadija radiallahu anha, who was his first wife. And Quran Kareem revealed this ayah, did he not find thee needy and suffice thee? And this is from Surah Ad-Duha. It is related that after the death of both of her previous husbands, Khadija saw a dream. So this is a mention of the dream, very important. And she saw that the sun descending from the sky into her house, but it did not shine. During its stay in her house, it began to shine until there was not a house in Mecca where its light had not penetrated. When she awoke, she went to see her uncle's son Waraqa bin Nawfal, who knew about dream interpretation, who had read all the ancient books and was known to be a man of knowledge. He said to her, your dream means that you will marry the prophet of the last times before his prophethood is revealed, and you will be his wife. In the course of your marriage, his prophethood will be revealed, and all of the Mecca will be cleansed of unbelief and adultery, and the pure light of faith will shine forth. When he had told her this, she asked, but where is he now? Waraqa bin Nawfal answered, he is in Mecca. And she asked, which tribe does he belong to? He is of Quraysh, said her uncle's son, that is Waraqa. And which of the clan from Quraysh? She asked. Of the clan Hashim. Then tell me his name, said Khadija radiallahu anha. His name is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. O Khadija, said Waraqa. So here, having told no more than this, without ever having set her eyes on him, Khadija began to love him with all her heart and soul. She asked Waraqa, when and where will this sun rise? And she began to wait night and day for these events to take place. Now Khadija radiallahu anha was a woman of excellence and in beauty and perfection, and her mind and manners were of great delicacy. Hazrat Khadija radiallahu anha, living in Makkah Mukarramah, she, with her status, a lot of the noble men of Quraysh and other tribes, they had approached her to marry, but she had rejected by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala way before that. And because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is setting this important event in the history. One day Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was having a meal at his uncle's house, Abu Talib radiallahu anhu, and his sister Atiqa watched him as he ate. And they remarked his good table manners and his fine style of eating. They said to each other, Muhammad is now grown. He is a young man now. It is time he got married. What shall we do? He cannot marry just any woman. She should be a woman of rank and from a good family, who will make him a pure and decent wife. But to find such a woman is very costly, and we do not have means. For at the time, by divine wisdom, Abu Talib's affair had foundered, and he was now a poor man. So this actually here's something to notice, that in the Arab culture, it was the man who was supposed to earn and have some money before he would go out and say, yeah, I'm ready to get married. Whereas in our culture, in India, Pakistan, you see, a lot of the bad things were taken from the Hindu culture, and all the responsibility of marriage was actually on the daughter side, where they had to collect a lot of money for jahez and all of that stuff. But in reality, the culture of the Arabs, even today, men do not marry until they're fully ready financially to take care of the women. And that's where Quran Kareem says in Surah Nisa, الرجال قوامون على النساء, that men are on top of women. In what sense? Not because they're men, they're muscles, but in the form of responsibility. They are responsible for the household, and that's the Islamic way. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so notice that ayah in Surah Duha, that which says, did we not find you poor and we made you rich, aghna. So this is the prep of that, according to this book here.